Now this next young lady that I'm about to bring before you, I've known for, say, over 20 years.
Tell me your age.
But she looks the same as she did when I met her 20 years ago. She is courageous. She has some tenacity. She has been unfazed by whatever has been set before her in her life as stumbling blocks. She's going to be delivering a speech out of the CC manual. It is the second speech. It is how to say it.
I don't have the manual. Sorry.
And her talk, she will be talking to you about thoughts. What are you thinking? So let's give it up for the courageous, the tenacious.
What's the name?
SaBrina, I don't know, Fisher Reece.
Hello.
Hello.
My name is SaBrina Fisher Reece, and I'd like to talk to you today about thoughts. What are you thinking? Do you know? How much time have you devoted? How much to finding out what you're thinking? Have you spent time with your mind? Most of us will say that we are positive people. But if we were judged by our thoughts alone, would we be so positive? Most of us believe that what goes on in our head, as long as it does not come out of our mouth, doesn't matter. But everything starts with a thought. Every invention, every idea started with a thought first. Marcus Aurelius said, very little is needed to make a happy life. It's within you, what you're thinking. Even in the Bible. The Bible says, so as a man thinketh, so is he. Which lets you know that emphasis was put on thought from the beginning of time. So knowing that, I urge you to take time and ask yourself, what am I thinking? Do you even know the difference between a negative and a positive thought? Yes, people always say, think positive, think positive, think positive. But we have spent most of our lives thinking negatively. So I devised a plan for myself. And I call it recognize, replace, reject, and replace. First, I recognize when I'm thinking negatively. For instance, this is a very common negative thought that I have. I'll glance at a mirror and say, ooh, you fat. Girl, you need to get to the gym. All the time. That's always my thought, right? I have learned to reject that, turn back to that same mirror and say, ooh, you look good. Because it changes how I feel about myself. We have so much self-doubt. Nobody's walking up to me saying, oh, you're fat. That's my mind. It's what I'm thinking. So now I learned how to recognize, reject, and replace. Replace the negative thought with a positive thought. And you can apply that to any aspect of your life. I know we all have that friend that as soon as we get on the phone, she's complaining or he's complaining, and you say, hey, let's go to the movies, let's go to the mall. They say, I can't afford it. I don't have no money. I'm broke. As long as she thinks that, she believes that, she will be. Not that there are certain economic situations that are different than others, but you have to change your mindset. I personally do not believe in poverty mindset. I believe in prosperity. I believe that I am rich. I thank God in advance for everything before it comes, and it works. Once I learned to change my mindset and to recognize, reject, and replace, I changed my entire life. Confucius says, the man that says I can and the man that says I cannot are both right. So, knowing that, how can you not spend time with your mind? Take 5 minutes every day. I choose as soon as I wake up in the morning, because I knew as soon as I hit the floor, I have a 1-year-old, that I won't have time to spend with my mom. So as soon as I get up, I lay there and I project my day. I envision my day. Because when I wake up, everything from the business or anything, that mind starts going over and over. Oh, you should have paid this bill yesterday, or your tags are due, or oh, whatever it is. That mind is not positive all the time. So you have the option of laying there for those 5 minutes before your day begins and changing all your thoughts to positive, saying, I'm going to have a beautiful day. When I walk in the room, everybody's going to say, oh, she is beautiful. That's important. Whatever it is, the life you're living right now is directly related to what you have been thinking. I could give you so many examples. I just recently bought a new car, and I made a vision board. I put the car right in front of my face every day as I worked, and I looked at the car and looked and put it there every day, and I thought about the car. I imagined the day that I walked on the lot and drove the car and drove home, and 45 days later I had the car. So it really, really does work. You can apply it to anything. You can change your life by what you think. Thank you, I'm done. When I was looking at her. Thank you. I'm like, did I go over?
No, you're fine.
Okay. That was funny. I gotta learn to look for the timer. I don't know how
You
to do
can tell
that.
she was thinking, I'm going to speak for.
Yes.
But thank you for allowing us to refabricate our thoughts and think more
Yes.
positively. A lot of people
I didn't
don't think
say
about
half the
that,
stuff
and
on
I'm
here.
glad you brought it to the forefront tonight, Miss SaBrina. Now, with that being said, and those fabulous